One of the most intriguing movies I have ever seen was the movie The Matrix. And the reason why this movie was so intriguing is because, when I saw it for the first time, I I felt something. It was something that I felt, just like in the movie, something ain't right about this world. Something is just not right about the way things are. There's something being hidden from me that I'm not quite seeing, that I chiefly and longly desire to see. And as I began to really ponder these things, truth came to me. Um, because I was seeking out truth. And one of the things that always impacted my thought process, even living in the world, because it was, it made sense to logically think this way. And that was the concept of external factors that can affect my life, external factors that are beyond my control that can have a negative impact on what I'm doing. I'll give you a perfect example, right? Uh, I like to eat, right? I like to feed my family, right? And what would happen if there's no food in the stores? What would happen if I cannot afford the foods in the stores? Now, a lot of people, especially back then, they didn't think this way because the economy was good, inflation was low. You can go to the store and pick up some food, and then COVID happened. And then uh, 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 high inflation is taking place. And now we're seeing disruptions in the food supply. We're seeing recalls that are taking place on a weekly basis. I mean, I just saw a recall for chocolate. I saw a recall for, was it rice? I saw a recall for vegetables. I saw a recall for, what else was it? Uh, Watermelons. I mean, you see all of these recalls all the time. And so this is a perfect example of an external factor that is outside of our control that can have a negative impact on our life. I.e., I'm working this nice corporate job. I got a business card. I mean, I'm working tailor-made suits. What would happen if I lost this job? What would happen to the mortgage that I have to pay or the rent that I have to pay? I always thought from this perspective, and it was important to think from this perspective because a lot of people, they simply don't. They think that life is just going to go on and that the lights are going to be on and that there's going to be food on the shelves and their job is always going to be there and they're always going to have to, they think this way. And they never think outside of the box. They never think of the external factors that can have a devastating impact on their life. And now I say it over and over and over again of the what I'm seeing in society today, what I'm seeing from people that I've known or met for many years. The normalcy bias is in full effect. People are not thinking about these things until it happens to them. Again, you need to go and watch Invisible People. And there's testimony after testimony after testimony of people that once they had a place to stay and once they were well-to-do off, and now they're homeless and now they're jobless. And they never thought of the external factors associated with the possibility that these things could happen to them. But then when it happened, it happened. And then what? Then what are you going to do? See, we have to take into consideration these things. It's like the notion, this is why we say, get out the city, grow your own food, network with other people that are self-sufficient, build healthy relationships. We need one another. We need to build one another. And it's very difficult to get people that are self-centered and selfish to think this way. It pretty much is sad, but hey, there's always an external fact. Now, can we eliminate everything? There's nothing that I can do about a damn plane falling out the damn sky. See, people think that what they do is they go on these tangents of things that we can't control at all. I was watching this podcast of this guy talking about people that on homesteads, and what if you're in the city, right? They were like, well, what if you're in the city and you can't get back to your homestead, or what if you are on a road and you can't get back to your homestead? And the whole point of the homestead is or the communities, it doesn't make any sense because you can't get back to it. And what if something happened and you're on a foolish thought process, real dumb shit, real foolish dumb shit. And when you look at these very same people that talk like this, they're not ready or prepared for anything at all. Listen, there's the things that, it's the age-old saying, and I'll say this in conclusion. There are things that are outside of our control that we can't do anything about. There are things that are inside out of control, that are inside out of control. We can do something about it, but it takes proactivity. It takes understanding that, hey, listen here, how can I hedge myself against mitigating losses? Why do you have life insurance? Why is it that you have car insurance? Why is it that you have homeowners insurance? Why is it that you have all these insurances? And if you are alive, I think that you should have them, especially if you're a man. No, I don't want to pass away. We're all going to pass away. We have to deal with the reality. So therefore, you should have, food insurance. You should have life insurance. You should have car insurance, just in case something happened. I just now increased our car insurance in terms of general liability and collision and stuff from 250 to 500,000. I never want to use it. I never want to use it. But I pay now up front. I pay the extra premium because just in case something happens, I'm hedged. I'm protected. People don't seem to get this. We do things that we need to do, and we think about things, and we plan things that are outside of our control. External factors is best that we can, and we hope and pray that the Most High makes up the hedge. Shalom.